If you're not paying attention to Christopher Ward, you probably should. I made a video just a few weeks ago about some obscure watch brands. I actually included Christopher Ward in that video because currently they aren't a household name. However, I really do think they are moving in that direction, or at least trying to. They keep on coming out with new watches and they keep on outdoing themselves on a regular basis. I've made a few videos over the past few months about their new releases, and yet again, I have another new release to show you guys today, hands-on. It is their C60 Trident Lumiere. It gets a special name because this is a special dive watch from the brand. It feels like a very premium dive watch with premium components and materials, but again, it's a Christopher Ward, so it's affordable. I'm very excited to show you guys this, so let's flip the camera and take a look at the newest release from Christopher Ward, the C60 Trident Lumiere. So here is the watch. This is called the Lumiere. Lumiere means light in French, so that has a double meaning with this watch. It's made out of titanium, grade 2 titanium, so it's lightweight, and then you are getting global light on the dial. The lume is very, very bright. Lots of light on that dial. You also get a lumed bezel, so that's the double meaning behind the name. The dial has global light on it. If you're not familiar with that, it's essentially blocks of lume. They are milled into indices. When you turn the watch on its side, you can see those indices are very high and they are made of all lume. So they glow all the way around. It's a lot of surface area for lume. So this has very bright lume. You also get a lumed bezel on top. So lots of lume going into this watch. I cannot wait to show you the lume shot. Even the hands have blocks of lume on them. That logo, the Christopher Ward logo, which is around, I think it's 6 parts or 5 parts, something like that, is also made from global light. So that's a little milled logo that they apply at that 12 o'clock position. Very, very exciting. This gets a lumed bezel, and one of the best bezel actions that I've experienced on a titanium watch. It is excellent. Listen to this. It is excellent. It sounds really, really good. Very precise clicks. It feels very good as well. Does not sound like a titanium watch. I'm not sure how they did that, but it is excellent. This has a monochromatic theme to it. This gets a gray bezel. It's a dark gray bezel. Then you have a fume patterns, a dégradé dial. It's black on that outer portion. You have a printed minute track that's in white. Then you have those applied global light indices. As you go towards the center of the dial, it's a lighter gray. I wouldn't say it's a light gray. It's just a lighter tone of gray. So it almost looks like a black dial, but slightly lighter than a black dial, almost like a charcoal dial. And there's a texture to the dial as well. I would call it like a pebble or a sand texture, really fine texture, which looks great on this watch. Chronometer right at the bottom, and it gives you 300 meters of water resistance, so they put that on the dial. This is 300 meters of water resistance and under 11 millimeters thick. So that tells you that they're using a thin movement inside. You're getting a Sellita SW300, which is, of course, a slightly higher end Sellita movement, and it is thinner. So that means this is something of a higher end watch from Christopher Ward. You're getting a thin dive watch with 300 meters of water resistance. This is a 41 millimeter watch. I measured just under 41 millimeters. And then you have around a 47.7 millimeter lug to lug. And then with the bracelet, because you do get male end lengths, it's around 53 millimeters. You do have a screwed-in crown. Of course, that is in titanium. You have these little crown guards, which are screwed into the case. Those are in titanium as well. You have really nice polished edges along the case and along the bracelet. The bracelet is slightly different from previous. I think they call this the batter bracelet. So this is slightly different. You get a slightly different clasp as well. The clasp looks the same. It's just the button that you're pushing underneath to actually move the micro adjust in and out. is a little bit different. That's really the only difference that I could see. I think they made some slight changes to the length of each one of the links. There's a lot of half links as well, so you can get a very good fit with this bracelet. Of course, you are getting quick release, you are getting screwed links, and it is made out of titanium. This is a saturation diver. So for those of you out there that will use this for saturation diving, you have a little helium escape valve right there that just sort of disappears on the side of the light catcher case. Again, I just recently did a quick reel, or I think it was a short that I did here on YouTube about the light catcher case being one of the best cases under $1,000 that you can get. Obviously, this is more expensive than $1,000. This is more expensive for Christopher Ward because this is a higher end dive watch that they're coming out with here. However, with that being said, even at this price point, this is still one of the best, or the best case that you can get, period, at this price point, especially in titanium. So look at it on this side. You can see those crown guards, those screws, beautiful big crown. I think it's around 6.8 millimeters, somewhere in that range. And then you have those nice polished edges. You get that polished edge on the buckle as well. You do get to see the movement from the back, including the 300 meters of water resistance. It is a screwed in case back. You get to see the Christopher Ward movement, which is decorated with the Christopher Ward logo. Overall, a very impressive watch. It kind of reminds me of the Rolex Yachtmaster Titanium that they came out with just a couple of years ago. Very, very expensive watch, obviously selling for multiples on the secondary market. This gives you those vibes a little bit. Obviously, it looks pretty different from that watch in general, but the color scheme sort of gives you that vibe a little bit, in my opinion. Of course, you're getting global light on here, so this has better lume, and I believe it's actually thinner than that watch as well, but let's not get into it. On my wrist today, I have a vintage watch. This is a vintage minute repeater that was made by Angelus during the 1970s. Let's listen to the chime on this watch. There you go. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it doesn't. It is an older watch, it probably needs service, but I would really love it if Christopher Ward came out with a minute repeater. This was technically an affordable minute repeater in its day. They are pretty expensive now on the secondary market, but this was a really cool watch when it came out. I think it's a good looking watch as well. In my opinion, you have this really boxed acrylic crystal on it, which looks really good. Just a really cool watch and affordable in its day. This is actually a gold-plated watch, not gold. And I would love if Christopher Ward came out with a minute repeater. They did an hour chimer. Maybe they can do a minute repeater on the cheap. Let's see. Probably not. I know that's probably very difficult, but that would be really cool. And there is the Luminaire on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 41 millimeter watch. I measured just under 41 millimeters, and it is an 11 millimeter thick watch. That's including the sapphire crystal, screwed in case back, which is see-through. You do have a screwed in crown with 300 meters of water resistance. So this is under 11 millimeters thick, which is excellent for, what you're getting here. And then you have around a 53 millimeter lug to lug. That's including the male end links on the bracelet. On a strap, this will wear like a 47 and change millimeter lug to lug. Beautiful watch on wrist. Very, very lightweight. Really good looking, handsome, smart looking watch. I think this is a very exciting step for Christopher Ward, and I hope they start adding global light to more of their more common watches. Now, this is not one of their common watches. However, still, you can get this under $2,000 from them on a strap. So the Aquaflex, this comes in at $1,975 on this bracelet. And of course, I recommend getting it on the titanium bracelet. It's $2,390. There is no brand out there offering these specs for that price. I know a lot of people will, in the comments, mention that Christopher Ward are going up market. I don't think that's a bad thing because they are still offering their other watches, which are also very affordable. So you could still get a dive watch from Christopher Ward under $1,000 that has the same quality as this watch. You're not getting global light, but you're getting excellent lume. You're not getting titanium, but you are getting stainless steel, and you are getting on the fly micro adjust. So all of the great things that we love from Christopher Ward. You can get an affordable package, and this is something that's a little bit more high-end. I love that, and I hope they keep doing things like this. This is a gorgeous watch. Well, there you go. Obviously, solid blocks of lume are going to be pretty bright, and you can see these are extremely bright lume all the way around the indices because they are little blocks of lume. Of course, the hands are little blocks of lume as well. The logo, the second hand, everything is lumed. I really like the look of this watch, and I really love the lume. You have a lumed bezel. That is Super Luminova as well, except that is printed onto the bezel insert, which is ceramic. So obviously they've given you a lot of lume on this watch. They went to town with the, I think it's 17 different pieces of Globalite on the dial and hands. So lots going into the dial, lots going into this watch. Grade 2 titanium, some people will complain about that. However, I think if this was grade 5 titanium, it would be a lot more money, and I'd rather it be under $2,000 for this watch like this, rather than, you know, a lot more expensive in grade 5 titanium, because then it doesn't make any sense. You're kind of pricing out a lot of people who would want this watch with the Globalite and the look of it and everything. I think it makes a lot of sense. I also got hands-on with the orange version. I'll throw a video of that throughout this video as well, just so you could see what that orange version looks like. I think there's one other color. I think they're coming out with 3 colors initially. So tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think about what Christopher Ward are doing? They keep on coming out with new watches that are impressive in almost every single way, and yet another impressive dive watch from Christopher Ward with some really great looks. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. I try and bring you guys news like this when it happens, and I try and get these things hands-on for you guys so you could see them, you know if you would like to buy one, you get an opportunity to see it when it comes out. So definitely subscribe and hit that bell icon. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.